Ekonomi for his welcome speech. A round of applause for the Minister.
Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, Prime Minister of Malaysia. Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, Deputy Prime Minister. Yang Berhormat Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Zohari, Tun Datuk Abang Haji Uping, Premier of Sarawak. Ministers of the Cabinet of Malaysia. Yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Sri Syamsul Azri Abu Bakar, Chief Secretary to the Government. Yang berbahagia Datuk Nur Azmin Dirun, Secretary General of the Ministry of Economy, corporate partners to the FEM, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning and thank you everyone for attending the inaugural Forum Ekonomi Malaysia or FEM. We are privileged to host an esteemed line of panelists for every session with diverse perspectives from ministers, industry leaders, academics, and thought leaders. This event would not have been possible without the tireless support from our principal partner, Maybank, and other strategic partners, CGS International Malaysia, Bursa Malaysia, and MBSB Bank. The purpose of today's forum is unlike any other, to have a central platform at the start of the year to present the economic direction for the year, to track policy progress openly and transparently, and to allow the most vibrant and engaging debates on where the country's economy is headed. Another less obvious purpose of the FEM is that Malaysia must increasingly take on a globalist approach to policymaking. The global environment is changing, and it demands more deliberate thought and action from all actors. Increasingly so, as small, open, and non-aligned, or we like to call ourselves SONA countries like Malaysia, have to take a high-stake role in the world stage. In particular, the SONA countries of Southeast Asia will play a vital role as the region's profile, approach, and vision go against the global tide that is currently headed in the opposite direction. Malaysia and Southeast Asia must recognize the unique differentiations we possess to carve our own path in this defining decade. The first differentiation is our unique demographic and growth profile, both now and its projected state in the future. What is often repeated is the market size, that Southeast Asia's 655 million population will grow to become the fourth largest economy in the world. The details of this shift, however, are equally as interesting. In 5 years' time, the middle-class population will double from 2 decades ago to emerge as the supermajority in Southeast Asia, at 65% of the population. That means the Southeast Asian middle-class population will exceed the population size of the United States and the European Union, making the region a consumer powerhouse with a higher spending power and standard of living. Added to that is its youth and digital profile, as Southeast Asians will be younger, more entrepreneurial, and more digitally connected than other regions in the world, even when other regions are expected to contract or slow down. Southeast Asia is still predicted to grow at a healthy pace of 4 to 5% in the next decade. This demographic and growth profile, we are young, digital, and middle class, is a rare and exceptional one. It explains why AI infrastructure, renewables, and digital investments have been pouring into Malaysia for the past 2 years, and it will continue to prove healthy as the region captures its next phase of growth. Ladies and gentlemen, the main mode of growth for the region in the next decade, however, will continue to run against the global tide of protectionism and isolationism that is prevailing now. Southeast Asia is the most heavily traded region in the world, both within Southeast Asia and with other blocs. Southeast Asia started from open trade. It is how our civilizations, infrastructure, and livelihoods are built, and it will continue to rely on this mode of growth for the foreseeable future. The world could turn inward, change its rules, and demand choices and allegiances from smaller countries. But we cannot change the way we are. We are champions of free trade, advocates for cooperation, and allies for pluralism and engagement. If we adopt a development perspective to the economy, almost all major Southeast Asian countries belong at the growth stage that requires more and not less cooperation. For Southeast Asia to break out of its middle-income trap that traditionally rely on low-cost, low-value labor, we must adopt and develop innovation, and innovation requires open and collaborative cooperation with others. That means this defining decade will see Southeast Asia go against the global tide by continuously seeking cooperation and partnerships with traditional and non-traditional allies based on pragmatic win-win parameters so that Southeast Asia's growth is ensured. Lastly, in a world where politics is increasingly polarized and ideological, Southeast Asia's relative political and policy stability looks like an attractive standout. The world would have to contend with Southeast Asia's model that looks very different from what is out there, but has equal, if not higher, effectiveness in getting things done. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the critical landscape that Malaysia operates in. Our demographic and growth profile is unique compared to others. Our embrace of free trade and cooperation goes against the global tide, and our stable political and policy conditions are a standout from the rest. We are taking a globalist lens to policy making, culminating in the 13 Malaysia Plan that will be launched later this year. I hope today's forum opens up discussions with the same backdrop so that we could properly situate Malaysia to where it belongs in the world. Thank you very much for your time today. I would like to welcome all of you to the inaugural FEM 2025. Thank you.
Thank you, YB.